Hello, my name is Sally Patty and I serve as the Head of Office for Christian Unions Ireland, which basically means I'm in charge of all the office, whether that is finance, personnel or simply talking to people on the phone. I've been asked today to speak to those coming into the role of Secretary or Administrator for their CU for the coming year. Many of you may be asking yourselves, why would you want to do the role of Secretary? It's hardly a glamorous role. There's little that's upfront or public, and to be honest, a lot of the role just doesn't feel very spiritual. It can feel so practical compared to the prayer secretary or the evangelism coordinator, for example. However, Christian leaders are called above all else to serve God's people, and I think there's no better example of this in a CU than the secretary. Lots of your work is done behind the scenes and is little noticed by anyone outside of the committee, and sometimes not even by the committee themselves. But the Lord sees it all. If at any point this year you feel yourself sliding towards negative feelings towards others, or you feel your labour is unrecognised or unappreciated, be careful, guard your heart. In those moments, remember who it is you are really serving. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for men, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you're serving. Colossians 3:23-24. The great thing about life as a Christian is that everything is spiritual, even administration. Christ redeems our lives, and therefore our lives reflect his glory. From what we do, to praying, to studying, to playing sport, to eating meals, and doing administration. Therefore, your role isn't just God glorifying because you can help facilitate mission on campus. Your administration in it and of itself is God glorifying as you seek to live out your calling as a Christian and your works as a CU secretary in a way that honours Christ. A long time ago, I was given a book called Administry by an IFES author, and that is how I like to see administration, as a ministry. So it's time to get a little practical. What does the secretary need to do? Well, let us see. Take the minutes in committee meetings, collect the posts for the CU, book rooms, write letters to speakers, and then there's everything else. The CU secretary is the person who facilitates communication both inside and outside of the CU, and without this, even the smallest of CUs will fail. A secretary or administrator who is willing to serve the CU will make an enormous difference to the functioning of the mission team. Administration and organisation are vital spiritual gifts God gives to the body. 1 Corinthians 12, verse 28. In most CUs, it can make the difference between merely great-sounding visionary ideas and actual effective action on the ground. Your role will look a bit different depending on the size of your CU and the committee. However, here are some pointers for the main responsibilities you will have. Number 1, booking speakers. Your communication with speakers at the CU is crucial. The way you deal with them will be their first impression of your CU. How you communicate will help them to understand the vision and mission of the CU. You need to help them understand that the CU exists to be a mission team on campus and isn't a social hub for Christians. So make it clear that you're looking for a speaker to motivate the CU by love for Jesus Christ to reach your uni. It is also a great idea to comment on the size and the kind of help you all need in thinking about making an impact on the uni culture around you. This will help the speaker as they pray and consider how to prepare. How you communicate with your speaker will really help them to feel ready for their part in serving the CU. Here are the steps you can take for effective and helpful communication. Your staff worker will be very happy to work with you on a draft email if you're feeling unsure of how to start. So number 1, availability email. Check availability of speakers by sending them a general email the term before the list of dates you need a speaker for. Give them a brief idea of the topic, book or aim for the term. Ask them to let you know all the dates they can do from the list. Tell them you will reply confirming a date and the passage. Step 2 is the confirmation email. Sending individually to the speaker as soon as possible, telling them the date they are speaking and the passage and topic, how long they are speaking for, details of the type of CU, the average number of Christians and non-Christian students, whether you have a question time or discussion groups, etc. How the talk fits into the term plan. Ask the speaker for their postal address. This might be useful. Step 3 is to send a copy of the doctrinal basis of your CU to the speaker, with a note asking them to sign the DB and why you require them to sign it. Also, for their benefit, enclose a stamped addressed envelope so they can return it to you with a minimum of hassle. If you decide to do this by email, ask the speaker to sign it on or his arrival at the CU. However, if you decide to do it this way, you need to make sure that they email back that they are in agreement with the DB. It would be incredibly difficult if they turn up at a meeting and you find that they do not agree with these core gospel beliefs. Step 4 is to send out the final details. This could be sent with a confirmation email about 2 weeks before the meeting. The email should contain CU meeting time and venue, maybe even a map of where to park, where you will meet them and at what time, directions and/or a map, contact details, your mobile number to call if there are any problems, for example traffic, or the mobile number of someone else if you are not there that week. Ask them whether or not they need a meal beforehand or a bed to stay over at night, details of any pre-meeting, prayer time, and any other relevant information you think would be useful to them for the evening.